Hey everybody, welcome to the second war in Alliance Season 2. Alliance War Season 2. I always get something wrong in there in the introduction. But I'm taking in Vision, Blade, and Sentry this time because I really wanted Spider-Man on defense. And he did pretty well on the Power Shield node, but to be honest, I'm running out of patience for Sentry in War. He's great for Alliance Quest. Just not sure war is for him. It just takes too many hits. We'll see. I'm going to give him another shot at 565. Every once in a while he does get a kill on defense. People aren't used to fighting him, and he is punishing. His specials hit pretty hard. So, you know, as a defender, nothing special, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, the first fight's versus StarLord. The good thing about Sentry is, you know, with the persistent charges is there are always diversity fights before the actual hard part starts, and it gives you a chance to build up some reality warps. And I know you probably saw that lag there. That happened to me in the game. I've been getting some lag lately. I don't think I'm unique in that. I think everybody's been getting some lag. The servers are struggling, so you'll see I'm not throwing money specials because I want to get to 40 hits because I want to get an extra bonus reality warp off of StarLord here. So I'm even finishing with light attacks in order to do less damage, but then I don't know why I threw that but I think I must have just estimated that I was gonna get the 40 hits anyway, which was pretty close. I should have been a little bit more careful, but either way I got the reality warp, so now I'm up to 2. My next fight I'll be at 3. And then when the hard path starts, I'll get 4. So, however, there's something you'll see. I make some pretty big mistakes in this this war, so yeah, it wasn't as good as the first one. Let's just say. The next fight I have is the second diversity fight. I think it's on maybe an enhanced regen node, but it doesn't matter. It's a superior Iron Man cosmic champion. The arc overload, what's it gonna do? I have to fight him twice. You know, I'm not gonna time out versus him. He's not got much going on for him. So I bring Sentry again. You know, I'm usually when it's a cosmic, there's nobody important here. So plus I've got double edge running, so my hits are a little bit harder than normal. So I can see how fast he's dropping, so I'm not worried. So I'm gonna be going for that. I might be going for another reality warp, but if I can get him down without triggering the arc overload, or if I can do it quickly, then I'm going to. So I get the heavy stance, and I'm thinking, you know what, this is perfect. Let's just throw these heavies, get this guy down. This stance is like, this is the only redeeming quality I think of Sentry as an attacker, is this stance if it procs, which has a 60% chance to proc. Oh, I throw the special 3 to kill him. The perfect block chance. The perfect block of 100%, that's awesome. It's so good for Alliance War, and also the damage is insane. We're talking 20,000 special, or 20,000 damage heavy attacks, which is no joke. So I still think every time I've brought Sentry and had a problem with him, it's actually just because of me choosing to use Sentry in a situation where he shouldn't be used. I have to be a little bit more. I have to be a little bit better about deciding when I'm going to use him. Like, this would have been a good fight to use Sentry for. Instead, I waste some chip damage on my Vision, where I really need Vision for the last fight on this path, which is the power control fight, the brute force and poison node. So anyway, it's this Deadpool. I think I've had a Deadpool here 2 wars in a row now, which is strange. Like, I don't understand why people are placing him here. I don't understand why people are placing him at all. He's not. I think what they're hoping is, you know, someone's going to make a mistake eventually. Problem is, with a 6-star Deadpool, the fight is so long because of his hit points that you're actually very well aware when he gets to 30%. You're watching his health bar a lot more than when you're watching like another. See, you know, with a 4-star Deadpool, your hits are so powerful versus the 4-star that you might accidentally hit him into the 30% when you don't want to. But for a 6-star, it's actually quite easy. You know, my hits are only doing 2 to 3% each one. So all I have to do is, you know, bait out a special, line it up perfectly. So I can bait this special out right here. Watch. I'm going to bait this special one, and then I can hit him twice. There he goes. And then the power gain, all I have to do is, I didn't even have to use my special 3, but I'm going to anyway, just because, you know, extra damage, power drain. that special one's extremely easy to bait, but it turned out he had a special 2 at the end of that, which was a little strange, but I think it's just because the special 3 only drains 1 bar power, and he was up to 3 bars after the damage with the special 3, so that's the way that works. But anyway, the next champion's Power Shield. This is where I thought Sentry would do really well. You're about to see that. Maybe that's not the case, but there's a pretty good reason why. This Cap Deadpool guy, oh man, he messed me up. Capped Deadpool. Checked his profile. Didn't know who it was gonna be. Thought maybe Yondu, Stark Spidey. But it was a Sentinel. At first I thought, okay, if it's a Sentinel, then what am I supposed to do here? I was confused. You know, I'm not going to crit very much at all, but I have this huge attack multiplier on my specials, so potentially I can get through this. But this Sentinel also is analyzing super quickly, which is, man, you can see that special one. That was demoralizing how little damage it did. And then I started panicking. You know, I need to get to my special 2. I get tagged. That throws my whole cycle off, which really stinks. So I'm trying to figure out what to do here. The analysis is just climbing up. I'm basically not going to crit again. And then I realized that this Sentinel is different than AQ Sentinels. He's basically got power reserve. His specials cost less power. So he's going to always have this. And I'm not always going to be able to punish that special 1. And watch what happens when he uses a special 2 here. He still has almost a bar of power. It's nuts. You know, and then the analysis complete, I get intercepted. Look, this is where, look, so I want to show you, Sentry saved me a couple times already in this fight, and then I mess up myself, you know, by getting hit. So I still think there's some redeeming qualities of Sentry here. I just think I chose the wrong fight. I don't think he's good versus this Sentinel on Power Shield. He does really well in the heavy attack mode versus Sentinel, and you know, I really just have to be a little bit better of my judgment of when I take him. But anyway, here goes my second mistake. I could have tested this easily by going to the Power Shield chapter with like a 3 or 4 star OG vision. I thought that the special 2 was going to drain all of his power and do like a ridiculous amount of damage, and I would just do that a couple times and we'd be done with it. No. So I'm sorry to my team for not testing this. I should have tested this before I went in here. I was very confident that this was going to work. You can see I'm not terrible at dodging this special 2 here, but the big mistake here is that my special 2 is not going to do any damage, really. You'll see it here in a second. Oh, wow, okay, 5,000. So that's already, I don't understand why. It's less than the 8,000 it normally does to other champions. I don't know why it does less for Sentinel. I think actually maybe it drains less power because of some ability by Sentinel. Yeah, I'm almost positive that Sentinel's analysis, like, it makes power drain abilities less effective or something. But I'm getting ready to get owned here. You know, I know that I'm not going to be able to figure this out, and I don't know, he went unstoppable because of his ability. Sentinel's a good defender, man. He's very good, and then he's putting the hurt on me, you know. I'm definitely not getting out of this fight. I'm doing fine as far as health goes, but then the same thing happens as the first fight, and I eventually get tagged by one of these rockets, I think. Let's see here. Unstoppable. I didn't want to push him too high. I'm trying to bait the special 2 here, and another good dodge. It's gonna happen at some point. There we go. Okay, I couldn't block it, and I dodged it. I got incinerated. That's some major incineration damage. Anyway, made a big mistake, and I really wish I had Stark Spidey because of that damage versus robots. So Quixote comes in with his Stark Spidey, handles it for me, and I'm on to the poison node. So that's at least whatever. We got out of that fight. And there's something else. You know, this was not the war for OG Vision. Let me tell you what. So I throw in a revive. Those things are unlimited. I get some alliance potions here. Those have been capped for a while, so I'm not like feeling the hurt or anything as far as the bank goes. But I do need to get through this this one more fight. Alright, so sorry I had a little interruption there, but I got into this Nebula fight, and I realized one thing. I had totally forgotten about this ability. It's not that I was unaware of it, it's just that I forgot because I'm so used to Nebulas being pushovers. But every time she gains one of her shock charges, she reduces the ability accuracy of robots by something like 20%. A good chunk, and attacking into her block was definitely not helping me here. So you see that I did a special 2 and it actually didn't drain any of her power, and then I almost got intercepted there, jeez. So I realized, oh crap, you know, these 2 shock charges are really gonna hurt me, so I really wanted to prevent those, but it was kind of hard because I was trying to be aggressive. I was trying to play aggressively in order to counteract this brute force. So it's just something for me to think about in the future. It made this fight a little bit longer than it had to be because parry wasn't working and some of my power drain wasn't working. So I figured, you know what, I'll do the special 3 because it's going to be, at least I'll get that damage, you know, the guaranteed damage. And who knows, maybe it'll power drain, maybe it won't. I'll just have to be careful not to push her to 3 bars of power. So not the end of the world, but now she's up to 4 shock charges. Those things, you know, they're not like Gambits. If you attack into her block, she still builds them up, which I think Gambit should be the same way. I don't understand why he's not, but Nebula's got that advantage. And now she's at 5. I'm pretty sure I'm 100% reduced, but I'm not exactly sure how that works. Now I'm degenerating. It's not good. So at least that counts as a hit, even though it does no damage. So I managed to get through that. One thing I think I mentioned in the previous war with OG Vision is I feel very good playing with him. I feel very confident no matter what the odds, even with 100% reduced ability accuracy. Everything feels fine. You know, I'm just basically fighting the brute force node here. And luckily it's only Nebula. It's not like it's somebody worse. I don't know who else would be worse here. Another Sentinel would have been... Oh god, imagine if this was the 6-star Sentinel here. That would have been the end of me. So I just had to bait some heavies. I wasn't worried about chip damage because that's it for me. We had some boss killers come in, take out the mini boss, which was I think an unstoppable Colossus. My blade didn't see any action. Maybe he should have, but hey, I was fighting a lot of bleed immunes in this war, so I don't know. Yeah, it was an unstoppable Colossus, and I think potentially is that Dormammu or Iceman as the boss? I can't remember. But we won. We beat SOS for our second war, and it was a good win. I think we had it fairly close, but we were very happy to go up 2-0, and I was extremely relieved because of my poor performance. You know, every time you don't do very good in war, you're pretty relieved if your team makes it out of it, because then you don't have to take any of the blame. But you know, it's not a good way to think, but I was a little bit relieved. So I'm glad we won. Well done to Odin's Almighty, and yeah, great start to Alliance War Season 2. 2-0, and hardly any units spent compared to the off season for some reason. And yeah, it's only going to get better. I only have maybe two more weeks or so, maybe 3, until I can dupe this Vision. And we recently pulled the hood, and so I'm not really that scared of Medusas anymore. Hopefully we can dupe the hood over the next few weeks. If not, man, the first Mystic Gem I get is going straight into him. For sure. I love the hood so much, and he'll definitely be making some appearances on my Alliance War attack team. But for the time being, he'll be on my defense, you know, just to mix things up. But I think I'll put Sentry back on defense, take Spider-Man back off. I think running Blade, Sparky, Vision is going to be a super powerful team with a flex. Archangel as a flex champion there. That's going to be great until later on. But I'm surprised that I've seen a lot less of Medusa lately than I used to. I don't know why exactly that is. We haven't seen a Medusa boss in like, it feels like 6 or 7 wars. Sorry about that. That was just an alarm. But yeah, other than that, I think maybe that alarm's telling me I need to call it and stop talking. This video is almost 15 minutes long, so yeah, I will call it. Thanks for watching this war. Hope you enjoyed it as usual. I'm trying to make these war videos as best I can. Let me know. Give me any feedback in the comments, and we'll see you soon. Take care.